Dr. Iyer Swaraji, Charge d'Affaires, EU Delegation to India, Sri Rajat Sekseriaji, Chair, FICCI Green Hydrogen Committee and CEO Green Hydrogen and Derivatives, Adani New Industries Limited, Sri Vipul Tuliji, Chair, FICCI RE CEOs Committee, President and CEO Renewable, West CEO Hydrogen Business, Executive Director, UK Sembcorp Industries, Sri Srivatsan Iyer ji, Co-Chair, FICCI Hydrogen Energy Committee, Sri Manab Mujumdar ji, Senior Advisor, FICCI, distinguished guests, industry leaders, academicians, and partner in sustainability, good morning to all of you again. It is my distinct pleasure to address you today at the FICCI Green Hydrogen Summit 2025, an event that brings together some of the finest minds and stakeholders committed to shaping a cleaner and greener energy future for our nation and the world. The urgency of climate action has never been more pronounced. The rise in the global temperature, frequent extreme weather events, and disruption to natural ecosystem compel us to transition rapidly towards a low-carbon economy. In this context, green hydrogen stands out a promising and transformative solution. Produced through electrolyzer using renewable energy sources or biomass, green hydrogen is not only clean but also versatile. Its application across transportation, power generation, and industrial processes make it a cornerstone for decarbonizing hard-to-abate sector. India has made remarkable strides in renewable energy. As of June 2025, our cumulative installed renewable energy capacity has reached approximately 237 gigawatt. This includes 119 gigawatts of solar, 52 gigawatts of wind, and 49 gigawatt from large hydro, 5.1 gigawatt from small hydro, and nearly 12 gigawatt from other sources. If we include 8.78 gigawatt of nuclear power, our installed capacity from non-fossil sources comes to an impressive 246.28 gigawatt, which is more than 50% of the total installed power generation capacity. It is a matter of immense pride that we have achieved this key NDC target 5 years ahead of schedule. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Bhai Modi ji, India has set an ambitious yet achievable target of 500 gigawatt of non-fossil fuel-based capacity by 2030, requiring an annual capacity addition of approximately 50 gigawatt. In addition, to meet the National Green Hydrogen Mission's target of producing 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen by 2030, the country aims to develop an additional 125 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity dedicated specifically to green hydrogen production. Technological advancement, particularly in the solar photovoltaics and wind turbines, along with new developments in green hydrogen and floating solar panels, are driving the progress. However, challenges such as outdated grid infrastructure, land acquisition hurdles, and need for effective energy storage solution persist. Despite these challenges, the sector's growth is fostering job creation and rural development. The Government of India launched the National Green Hydrogen Mission in 2023 with an initial outlay of 19,744 crores. The mission is multi-pronged initiative encompassing demand creation across the priority sector, support for the electrolyzer manufacturing and target as 5 MMT green hydrogen production by 2030, research and development to drive innovation, a streamlined regulatory framework to ease the development, international cooperation to mobilize the knowledge, investment, and low-cost finance, skill development and employment generation with a projection of over 6 lakhs jobs by 2030. Under the stewardship of the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, I am pleased to share that we have made substantial progress. Under Site Component 1, which aims at the electrolyzer manufacturing, 3,000 megawatt of the manufacturing capacity has been awarded to 15 companies. Under the Site Component 2, which aims at green hydrogen production, 862,000 tons per annum of production capacity has been awarded to 19 companies. We have launched pilot project in critical sectors such as steel, transport and shipping, exploring the direct use of green hydrogen. A total of 23 projects have been sanctioned under the research and development component, with another 100 plus proposals under evaluation for establishing the Center of Excellence. We are also setting up a green hydrogen testing facility within India with 3 projects already awarded in this regard. Over 100 green hydrogen standards and the protocols have been adopted or are under the development to ensure the quality and safety. Most encouragingly, 15 states have already notified their state green hydrogen policies, and several others are actively working in this direction. These states are facilitating land allocation, ensuring the water availability, promoting the banking of the renewable power, and incentivizing the innovation, particularly through the development of hydrogen hubs. I am happy to note that the private sector too is playing a pioneering role in green hydrogen sector. India's companies are building giga-scale projects, electrolyzer manufacturing facilities, pilot projects for hydrogen mobility, blending and refueling infrastructure. Many are also forging the global partnership to ensure cost competitiveness and the position India as a reliable exporter in a global market expected to exceed 100 million metric tons by 2030. Friends, our ambition is clear. We want to make the India not only a major producer, but also a global hub for green hydrogen export, aiming to capture the nearly 10% of the global demand. This will require us to continue innovating, to strengthen the certification and trading mechanism, to create offtake certainty, and to unlock the green finance through instruments such as viability gap funding, green bonds, and the multilateral bank support. I have taken the note of the concern raised by Sri Vipulji on behalf of industry. We will brainstorm on these issues, and with your cooperation, we will try to find solution wherever possible, and to mitigate this impact of surprise wherever applicable, in order to make the industry thrive and realize its full potential. The journey is not without the challenges. Grid integration, storage solution, land availability, and the cost competitiveness remain the critical areas of the focus. But these challenges are solvable. With technological advance and solar PV, offshore wind, and electrolyzer efficiency, the cost of the green hydrogen already coming down, and will continue to do so. This summit itself is a symbol of the collaboration we need, government, industry, academia, and civil society working hand in hand. Together, we can build a hydrogen-powered FICCI Bharat, an India that is self-reliant, sustainable, and a global leader in clean energy. Let us seize this opportunity to accelerate our energy transition, to decarbonize our industries, to create a job for our youth, and to ensure the energy security for future generation. I commend FICCI once again for its leadership in convening this platform. With collective resolve, I am confident we will unlock the immense potential of green hydrogen for India and for the world. With this word, I thank you once again. Jai Hind. Dhanyavad.
Dr. Iyer Suwara, ladies and gentlemen. I first want to second what Rajat mentioned earlier and thank the Honorable Minister, not only for his presence today, which is an important signal to the industry of the government and his personal leadership, guidance, and support. And it's not just in today's event, but in his presence consistently across all the events that have to do with green hydrogen. So I want to really thank you for taking the time off from a really busy schedule and making sure that we hear from you. To quickly wrap up, we've had a morning session, we've had a session today. I was left with 3 messages that I want to share with you guys. One is we are off to a very fast start. Sri Balaji actually was pretty optimistic in terms of where we are going. But I want to inject a note of caution. We're at very early stages in this evolution of green hydrogen. It's a long road ahead. There's going to be a lot of challenges, a lot of knowledge to be gained, and a lot of new technologies to be developed. So while there is room for optimism, I think there's also a room for a sense of caution in terms of how we proceed. Number 2 is the demand is there. As far as we are concerned, practically demand is essentially infinite. What I mean by that is there's refining, there's the fertilizer value chain, as Rajat talked about. There's long-duty, heavy-duty mobility where you can replace other liquid fuels. There's marine fuels, there's aviation fuels. So demand is not the challenge. It is production of the molecules that's competitive with existing solutions that's a challenge. So let's not spend a whole lot of time talking about, can I sell these molecules? Yes, if it's competitive, the demand is there. And lastly, the challenge before us as an industry is technology development and scale-up experience, because we have to get up the learning curve. And I think Vipul made some very apt comments. Everybody that's involved in this industry today, with the exception probably of one, are electron companies. We are manufacturing molecules, and I come from the industry. I spent 25 years in that industry. It's very different from producing electrons. And so we're going to learn a lot, and I hope we learn it safely, because that's really the challenge here. How do we gain the experience to go up the learning curve? Because that's the only way we're going to continue to improve technologies and reduce costs. And lastly, that's what's going to allow us to mitigate all the risks that Vipul talked about and that all of us who are in the green hydrogen space already know about. So in conclusion, let me again thank the Honorable Minister, Dr. Suwara, for all your words, and for all the panelists, both in the morning session as well as Rajat and Vipul as well, for sharing their thoughts on green hydrogen, and look forward to an interesting session the rest of the day today. Thank you.